There are people who do not feel lonely when they are alone. They feel restored. This is not simply a preference. It is a fundamental aspect of their cognitive architecture. A deeper pattern is at work beneath the surface of this quiet behavior. The common assumption is that a consistent desire for solitude is a sign of something missing. It is often interpreted as shyness, social anxiety, or a quiet sadness. We see a person choosing to be alone, and we project a narrative of avoidance, of retreat from a world they find overwhelming or hurtful. But this view mistakes a knife for a wound. It presumes that the default state of a healthy human is to be constantly connected, and that any deviation from this is a symptom of damage. What is actually happening is a matter of energy management. For some individuals, social interaction is a high-bandwidth activity. It is a constant stream of data, words, microexpressions, body language, and emotional subtext. Their minds process this information deeply, which consumes a vast amount of cognitive resources. It is not a lack of social skill, but rather an abundance of social processing. Solitude for them is not an escape from people. It is a necessary period of system maintenance. It is how they defragment their thoughts, process accumulated emotional data, and lower their stimulation levels back to baseline. In the quiet, they are not hiding from the world. They are making sense of it. The trade-off for this internal self-sufficiency is a subtle but persistent friction with the external world. The primary benefit is profound clarity and focus. In solitude, they can achieve a state of deep thought that is impossible amid social noise. They solve problems, create, and find an internal order that is deeply satisfying. The cost, however, is a slower response time to the demands of a highly social environment. They can appear aloof or disinterested, not because they are, but because their cognitive system requires more time to switch from an internal processing mode to an external interactive one. Spontaneity can be taxing. Over time, this pattern shapes a life built around controlled environments and deliberate interaction. Their relationships tend to be fewer in number, but greater in depth, typically formed with others who understand their need for space without taking it personally. Professionally, they gravitate toward roles that reward sustained, independent concentration. Their life is not one of isolation, but of careful curation. They have methodically built a world that minimizes random social static, allowing them to function at their highest capacity. For those who find their energy in stillness, the world's constant demand for connection can feel like a foreign signal. They are not antisocial, they are differently social, they are not broken. They are simply fluent in the language of silence, a dialect most have forgotten how to speak.